Welcome and welcome back, everybody, to the OK Grognard Show. Today is Monday, August 8th, 2022, 10 a.m. Central in beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. And we are continuing with our look at the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons First Edition Dungeon Master's Guide section on magic items. We're up to our eyeballs in rings. We're about halfway through the rings section. We're doing the descriptions. So we're going to continue with that today. How is everybody doing? Hope you're all right. I see a couple people are in the chat, so say hello while you're in there. And gosh, without further ado, we might as well get right to it, right? What area were we on? We were looking at, oh yeah, Ring of Featherfall. Let's jump right on it. This ring protects its wearer by automatically activation of a Featherfall spell if the individual falls 5 feet or more. CF Featherfall spell. Pretty straightforward. It's a good thing for any character to wear. Pits are dangerous, and this protects you when you fall into a pit or off a ledge of a cliff. If you're going along some precarious place, this will make sure that you are safe if you do fall. Ring of Fire Resistance is next. The wearer of this ring is totally immune to the effects of normal fires, torches, flaming oil, bonfires, etc. Very large and hot fires, molten lava, demon immolation, hellhound breath, or a wall of fire spell will cause 10 points of damage per round, 1 per segment, if the wearer is directly within such conflagration. Exceptionally hot fires, such as red dragon breath, pyrohydra breath, fireballs, flame strike, firestorm, etc., are saved against at +4 on the die roll, so that's good. And all damage dice are calculated at -2 per die. But each die is nevertheless never less than 1 in any event. As a rule of thumb, consider very hot fires as those which have a maximum initial exposure of up to 24 hit points. Those of exceptional heat, 25 or more hit points. So, yeah, it kind of is fire resistant, not fireproof. So the hotter the fire, the less protection it gives, but still good in any event to get some. Next, Ring of Free Action. This ring enables the wearer to move and attack freely and normally, whether attacked by a web, hold, or slow spell, or even while underwater. In the former case, the spells have no effect, while in the latter, the individual moves at normal surface speed and does full damage even with such cutting weapons as axes and scimitars, and with such smashing weapons as flails, hammers, and maces, insofar as the weapon used is held rather than hurled. This will not, however, enable water breathing without the further appropriate magic. So make sure you got that covered before you jump in the drink. Ring of Human Influence. This ring has the effect of raising the wearer's charisma to 18 with respect to encounter reactions with humans and humanoids. The wearer can make a suggestion to any human or humanoid conversed with, saving throw applies. The wearer can also charm up to 21 levels / hit dice of humans / humanoids, saving throws apply, just as if he or she were using the magic user spell Charm Person. The two latter uses of the ring are applicable but once per day. Suggestion or charm requires 3 segments of casting time. So they're not immediate or automatic, but they're still very useful. And just generally having an 18 charisma in most situations is potentially going to help you. Ring of Invisibility. The wearer of an invisibility ring is able to become invisible at will instantly, comma, this non-visible state is exactly the same as the magic user invisibility spell, except that 10% of these rings also have inaudibility as well, making the wearer absolutely silent. If the wearer wishes to speak, he or she breaks all silence features in order to do so. So that's a bonus thing you can get from that. Better than Bilbo's ring, I suppose, huh? Ring of Mammal Control. This ring enables its wearer to exercise complete control over mammals with intelligence of 4 or less, animal or semi-intelligent mammal. Up to 30 hit dice of mammals can be controlled. Control extends to such limits as to enable the wearer to have the creatures controlled actually kill themselves. But complete concentration is required. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that clause. I'm not sure I like that personally. I don't think. I think the survival instinct is as strong in animals as it is in human beings, and if you can't use a charm spell to get somebody to kill themselves, I'm not sure that would work or should work with animals either. Note: the ring does not affect bird mammal combinations. Humans, semi-humans, and monsters such as Lamassu, Shedu, Manticores, etc. I guess that means owlbears too, right? Bird mammal. If you are in doubt about any monster, it is not a mammal. So trust your instincts, he's saying. Obviously, rats, weasels, herd animals, dolphins, and even unicorns are mammals, but intelligence will preclude control of the better ones. Control time is 3 segments. So you'll have to make some determinations about the intelligence level of certain animals, mammals, so to speak. But your call on those. Ring of Multiple Wishes. This one's a tricky one, but it's a short little description too. This ring contains from 2 to 8, that's 2d4, wishes or wish spells. As with any wish, you must be very judicious in how you handle the request. If players are greedy and grasping, be sure to crock them. Interpret their wording exactly, twist the wording, or simply rule the request is beyond the power of the magic. Probably the most fair, but the least fun. In any case, the wish is used up, whether or not or how the wish was granted. Note that no wish is able to cancel the decrees of godlike beings unless it comes from another such creature. Fair enough. Twisting wishes. We should do a whole episode on wishes and what you can do to make them more interesting without being a total jerk about it. Someday, that's a good idea. Ring of Protection. A ring of protection increases the wearer's armor class value and saving throws versus all forms of attack. A +1 ring raises AC by 1. Remember, we've got different AC than in modern versions of the game, so watch yourself when you're doing these pluses and minuses. Say from 10 to 9, and gives a bonus of +1 on saving throw dice. The magical properties of the Ring of Protection are cumulative with all other magical items of protection except as follows. Number 1, the ring does not add to armor value if magical armor is worn, although it does add to saving throw die rolls. Number 2, more than one ring of protection operating on the same person or in the same area do not combine protection. Only one, the strongest if applicable, will function. So a pair of +2 rings protection rings are still only +2. That goes for both the armor class and for the saving throws. To determine the value of the protection ring, use the table below. 0 to 70 is just +1. 71 to 82 +2. 83 is +2 with a 5-foot radius protection. 84 to 90 is +3. 91 +3 with a 5-foot radius protection. 92 to 97 is +4 on AC, +2 on saving throws. So kind of a +3 with a little gerrymandering there. And so too, 98 to 100, you get a +6 on AC, but only +1 on saving throws. Perhaps that's good enough. The radius bonus of 5 foot extends to all creatures within its circles, but applies only to their saving throws, i.e. only the ring wearer gains the armor class additions. Ring of Regeneration. There are 2 forms of this ring. The standard regeneration ring restores 1 hit point of damage and will replace lost limbs or organs eventually also, per turn. 1 hit point of damage per turn. It will bring its wearer back from death, but if poison is the cause, the saving throw must be made, or else the wearer dies again from the poison, still in his or her system. Only total destruction of all living tissue by fire or acid or similar means will prevent regeneration. Of course, the ring must be worn, and its removal stops regeneration processes. The rare form is the vampiric regeneration ring. This ring bestows 1/2 of the value of hit points of damage the wearer inflicts upon opponents in hand-to-hand, melee, non-missile, non-spell combat. Immediately upon the wearer, fractions dropped. It does not otherwise cause regeneration or restore life, limb, or organ. To determine which type is discovered, roll percentage dice. 1 to 90, it's a ring of regeneration. 91 to 100, vampiric regeneration ring. In no case can the wearer's hit point total exceed that initially generated. Ring of Shooting Stars. Woo-hoo, look at that. The ring has 2 modes of operation, both working only in relative darkness. During night hours, under the open sky, the shooting star ring will perform the following functions. Dancing lights, once per hour, as per the spell. Light, twice per night, 12-foot range, or 12-inch range, which is 120 feet, as per the spell. Ball lightning, once per night, see below, we'll get to that. Shooting stars, special, see below as well. The ball lightning functions releases 1 to 4 balls of lightning at the wearer's option. These glowing globes exactly resemble dancing lights, and the ring wearer controls them as he or she would control dancing lights. These spheres have a 12-inch range, 120 feet, and a 4-minute duration. They can be moved at 4 inches per round, that's 40 feet. Each sphere is about 3 feet in diameter, and any creature it touches or comes near to dissipates its charge. Save versus magic equals 1/2 damage, as the contact was across an air gap. The charge values are 4 lightning balls, 2 to 8 hit points damage each. 3 lightning balls, 2 to 12 hit points damage each. 2 lightning balls, 5 to 20 hit points damage each. 1 is 4 to 48 hit points of damage. So, bit of a weird, bit wonky, right? 2 to 8 is 2d4. 2 to 12 is 2d6. 5 to 20 is 5d4. 4 to 48 is 4d12. So the 4d12 is twice the 2d12 or 2d6. No, it's not. All right, so we go in a progression 8, 12, 20, 48. So the fewer the balls, the greater the damage that can be dealt by any individual one. But maybe you want to spread it out. Maybe you don't care if it's a little bit less and you want to hit more targets with it. Anyway, it says release can be simultaneous or singular during the course of one round or as needed throughout the night. The shooting stars are glowing missiles with fiery trails. Much like a meteor swarm, 3 shooting stars can be released from the ring each week simultaneously, one at a time. They impact for 12 hit points of damage and burst as a fireball in a 10-foot, a 1-inch diameter sphere for 24 hit points of damage. Any creature struck will take full damage from the impact, plus full damage from the shooting star burst. The creature within the burst radius must save versus magic to take only 1/2 damage, i.e. 12 hit points of damage. Likewise, otherwise they to take the full, otherwise they to take do take the full 24 hit points of damage, I believe. Range is 70 feet, 7 inches, at the end of which the burst will occur unless an object or creature is struck before that. The shooting stars follow a straight line path. A creature in the path must save versus magic or be impacted by the missile, and the saving throw rolls are at -3 within 2 inches, 20 feet of the ring wearer, -1 within 20 to 40 feet, normal beyond 40 feet. Indoors, at night, or underground, the ring has the following properties: fairy fire twice per day as per the spell, spark shower once per day, see below. The spark shower is a flying cloud of sizzling purple sparks which fan out from the ring for 20 feet to a breadth of 10 feet. Creatures within this area take 2 to 8 hit points of damage each if no metallic armor is worn, or if no metallic armor is worn, or no metallic weapon is held. 4 to 16 otherwise. So if they're holding some sort of metal or covered in metal, they take essentially twice the damage. Range, duration, and area of effect of functions are the minimum for the comparable spell unless otherwise stated. Casting time, 5 segments. Ring of Spell Storing. A ring of spell storing will contain 2 to 5, that's 1d4 plus 1, spells which the wearer can employ just as if he or she were a spellcaster or a spell user of the level appropriate to use the spell in question. The class of the spells contained within the ring is determined in the same fashion as spells on scrolls. The level of each spell is determined as follows: Cleric, d6. If 6 is rolled, roll a d4 instead. So can be less. Druid as a cleric. Magic user, d8. If his 8 is rolled, roll a d6 instead. So a high roll gets you fewer, which is tough luck. Illusionist as a cleric. I'm surprised that is not as the magic user. I don't remember that for sure. Which spell type of any given level is contained by the ring is also randomly determined. Which spell type? The ring has the empathic ability to impart to the wearer the names of its spells. Once class, level, and type are determined, the properties of the ring are fixed and unchangeable. Once a spell is cast from the ring, it can only be restored by a character of the appropriate class and level of experience. A 12th level magic user is needed to restore a 6th level magic user spell to the ring. Spells stored require 5 segments each to cast, so a flat fee casting time for those. A ring of spell turning. This ring distorts the 3 normal dimensions with respect to magic spells directed at its wearer. Any spell cast at an individual will usually rebound in part or perhaps in whole, upon the spell caster. The distance between the area occupied by the victim, the ring wearer, and the spellcaster are not as they seem when the magic activates the spell turning ring. Three important exceptions must be noted. 1. Spells which affect an area and which are not cast directly at the ring wearer are not turned by the ring. 2. Spells which are delivered by touch are not turned. And 3. Magic contained in devices, rods, staffs, wands, rings, and other items which are triggered without spellcasting are not turned. Note, a scroll spell is not considered a device, so they are affected if they target the wearer. When a spell is cast at an individual wearing a ring of spell turning, percentile dice are rolled and rounded to the nearest decimal. 1 to 5. Oop, wait a minute. We got to go up here. 1 to 5 dropped. 6 to 9 adds 10. So 0, 5 equals 0. But 9, 6 equals 100%. The score of the percentage dice indicates what portion of the spell, in 10% increments, has been turned back upon the caster. Damage is determined and awarded proportionally. Saving throws for both opponents are adjusted upward by +1 for each 10% below 100%. Get +2 at 80%, +3 at 70%, and so on. If it's only 10% of the spell, you're getting affected by +9, whether you're the one being targeted or who it's bouncing back at. Even with such adjustments in saving throws, it is possible that both target individual and spellcaster will end up polymorphed into bullfrogs. So things such as polymorph, you might get the bonus on your saving throw, but that's a targeted spell that can do both. Note regarding the Ring of Spell Turning, unless the percentile dice score for the turning effect is 0.9 or less, or 91 or more, this ring will allow a saving throw against spells which normally have none. The effect of the save will be to negate or inflict half normal damage as appropriate to the spell in question. For each 10% of the spell turned, allow 5% chance, 1 in 20, to save. Thus, 11 to 19, on a roll of 20 saves, 20 to 29, 19 or 20 to save, so on and so forth. And these are against spells that normally don't have a saving throw. Example, an illusionist casts a maze spell upon a fighter wearing a ring of spell turning. The maze spell normally allows no saving throw, but the ring turns 34% of the spell effect. The fighter has a 15% chance to save against the spell. Otherwise, it will take full normal effect. The illusionist must also save, or 10% increments, which converts to 30% chance by rolling a 15 to 20, or be mazed also. Saving in this case will negate the spell effect. The special saving throw is not modified by race, magic items, or any other condition, including existing spells. Spells which affect a certain number of levels which are aimed at the ring wearer must be able to affect as many levels as the wearer and the spellcaster combined. If this condition is fulfilled, then the procedure above applies to ultimate effect determination. In the case of the ring wearer desiring to receive a spell, he or she must remove the spell turning ring to be able to do so. Psionic attacks are not considered spellcasting if the spellcaster and spell recipient both wear spell turning rings. A resonating field is set up, and one of the following results will take place. 0 to 70, spell drains away without effect. 71 to 80, spell effects both equally at full effect. 81 to 97, both rings are drained permanently. 98 to 100, both individuals go through a rift into the positive material plane. Bummer. Ring of Swimming. The Ring of Swimming bestows the ability to swim at a full 210 base speed upon the wearer. Assuming, of course, that he or she is clad only in garments appropriate for such activity. It further enables the wearer to dive up to 50 feet into water without injury, providing the depth of the water is at least 1.5 feet per 10 feet of diving elevation, and the wearer can stay underwater for up to 4 rounds without needing a breath of air. That's 4 minutes. Surface swimming can continue for 4 hours. Before 1 hour, floating rest is needed. The ring confers the ability to stay afloat under all but typhoon-like conditions. Ring of telekinesis. The ring enables the wearer to telekinese objects in the same manner as the fifth level magic user spell telekinesis. The amount of weight which can be so moved, however, is variable. Roll percentage dice to find the strength of the ring. 1 to 25, 250 gold piece maximum. 26 to 50, 500. 51 to 89, 1,000. 90 to 99, 2,000. And on 100, 4,000 gold piece maximum. Telekinesis time is only one segment to begin the effect. Ring of Three Wishes. Although the ring contains 3 wishes instead of a variable number, it is otherwise the same as the multiple wish, except that 25% contain 3 limited wish spells. See the spell for that effect. Ring of Warmth. A warmth ring provides its wearer with body heat even in conditions of extreme cold where the wearer has no clothing whatsoever. It also provides restoration of cold sustained damage at a rate of 1 hit point of damage per turn. It increases saving throws versus cold base attacks by +2 and reduces damage sustained by -1 per die. Water walking. This rigging enables the wearer to walk upon liquid without sinking into it. This includes mud, quicksand, oil, running water, and even snow. The ring wearer's feet do not actually contact the surface he or she is walking upon when liquid or water is being walked upon, but oval depressions of about 1.5 inches long, 1.5 feet long, and 1 inch deep per 100 pounds of weight of the walker will be observed in hardening mud or set snow. Ah, good. Good morning, Daniel. Thanks for popping in. The rate of movement is standard movement for the individual wearing the ring. Up to 1,200 pounds weight can be supported by the water walking ring. Ring of Weakness. This cursed ring causes the wearer to lose 1 point of strength and 1 point of constitution per turn until the individual reaches 3 in each ability area. This loss is not noticeable until the individual actually observes his or her weakened state due to some exertion, such as combat or heavy lifting. For the ring will also make the wearer invisible at will and also cause the rate of strength and constitution point loss to double. Note that when full weakness is attained, the wearer will be unable to function in his or her class. The weakness ring can be removed only if a remove curse spell, followed by a dispel magic is cast upon a ring. There is a 5% chance that the ring is reversed. Being a ring of berserk strength, this form gradually increases the strength and constitution to 18 each. Roll percentage dice for bonus strength if the wearer is a fighter. Increase is 1 point per ability per turn. However, once 18s in both abilities are reached, the wearer will always melee with any opponent he or she meets immediately, regardless of the circumstances. Points lost from the ring are restored by rest on a 1 day per 1 point basis, with 1 point of each ability lost being restored in 1 day of rest. Berserk strength is lost when the ring is removed, as are constitution points gained. Ring of Wizardry. We're 30 minutes, but there's just two more. We're going to finish it up. Ring of Wizardry. Only magic users can benefit from this type of ring. Other classes, even those with spell ability, can neither use nor understand the working of the Ring of Wizardry. The ring doubles spell ability, i.e., the number of spells a magic user may prepare each day in one or more spell levels. To determine the properties of a given ring, use the table below. 1 to 50 doubles first level spells, 51 to 75 second level spells, 76 to 82 third, 83 to 88 first and second level spells are doubled, 89 to 92 doubles fourth level spells, 93 to 95 doubles fifth level spells, 96 to 99 doubles first through third level spells, and 100 doubles fourth and fifth level spells. So that's pretty straightforward, but usually beneficial for any magic user. And we'll finish up with the Ring of X-ray Vision, as seen in comic books back in the day. A Ring of X-ray Vision empowers its possessor with the ability to see into and or through substances which are impenetrable to normal sight. Vision range is 20 feet, with the viewer seeing as if it were normal light due to expanded vision capability. X-ray vision will penetrate 20 feet of cloth, wood, or similar animal or vegetable material, up to 10 feet of stone, or 10 inches of many metals. So substance scanned, thickness penetrated per round of X-raying, maximum thickness. Animal matter, 4 feet, maximum 20 feet. Vegetable matter, 2.5, maximum 20. Stone, 1 foot thickness, penetrated per round by use of X-raying, 10 feet maximum. Iron or steel, 1 inch with a maximum of 10 inches. Lead, gold, or platinum, nil and nil. It is possible to scan 100 square feet of area during one round. Thus, one turn the wearer of the ring could scan. Thus, during one turn, the wearer of the ring could scan a full area of stone 10 feet wide, 10 feet high, and 10 feet thick, or 100 feet wide, 10 feet high, and 1 foot thick. Secret compartments, drawers, recesses, and doors are 90% likely to be located by X-ray vision scanning. Even though this ring enables the wearer to scan secret doors, traps, hidden items, and the like, it also limits his or her use of that power, for it drains 1 point of constitution if used more frequently than once every 6 turns. That's once per hour. If it is used 3 turns in 1 hour, the user loses 2 points from his or her total constitution score, 3 if used 4 turns, etc. Constitution loss is recovered at a rate of 2 points per day of rest. And that's full day of full rest. None of this, oh, I'll adventure for an hour and then get most of it back. Constitution of 2 means the wearer is exhausted and must rest immediately. No activity, not even working, can be performed until Constitution of 3 or better is restored, with the caveat that even though you can do things, it negates any further rest until you actually fully rest. So, there you go. That's it for the descriptions on the rings. I think we've covered that in just 2 sessions, which is pretty good. Not bad at all. We are continuing next week with part 10 of the magic items. Rod, staffs, and wands, I believe, is next, so we'll be looking at that. And, hey, thanks a lot for joining us today if you have, or if you're catching up with us on the YouTubeage. I want to say thank you to everybody who joined us. And also say the show streams live on Twitch each Monday at 10 a.m. Central and is then archived on YouTube. Thanks to our Patreon supporters. Links are provided in the show notes. Tom Tullis of Fat Dragon Games, Rick Hershey of Fat Goblin Games, Carlos Lysing of Castle Entertainment, Heath Farndon of the AD&D 20, Dave O'Brien of Four Quacks Games, and Shane Bradley, DM Extraordinaire. Danny, yep, see you tomorrow for campaign night. That'll be great. I'm really looking forward to it. So much fun. So exciting. If you're catching up with this on Twitch, do follow the channel and chime in on the chat when you're here because we enjoy hearing from people. If you're catching up with it on YouTube, then subscribe, click the little bell so you receive updates whenever new shows are uploaded. And of course, please do give us a thumbs up for any videos you watch and enjoy, and comment. We'd appreciate it very much. This has been the OK Grognard Show from beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Bye-bye.